Excellent.
Okay, do we have any visitors?
Just Lorraine on there.
Oh, Lorraine, yeah, on there? Okay, I was just sending her a message going.
Hi, Lorraine.
Hello.
We should be joined by, there's Lorraine. Hi. And
Lorraine is on
business manager. We should have Andrew coming in. Don't see him yet. Shirley, can you send no, I don't even have Andrew's contact info. Yeah.
Because I didn't even know who he was. I figured.
Yeah, I met him for the first time today online. I didn't get his contact info. Did we even send him an invite? Oh, I'm sure Derek would have. I think we just go ahead and start because I've got a update prepared here that we can get going on. So let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. Our chair couldn't be here tonight, so we're just kind of running through things. Also, Scott Marshall could not join us. He had a family event. Everything's fine, but still he has to be paying attention to family tonight. So, and there is Andrew. So we have two new faces on the screen tonight. One is Andrew. You want to introduce yourself? Uh-oh, we can't hear you.
Just a second. Yeah, Nathan's gonna.
Hang on.
They should be able to unmute themselves.
Oh,
There you go.
Okay,
Yeah,
Andrew.
found that button, lower left-hand corner there.
Yeah.
Andy Brophy with CB Construction.
And Andrew, you are kind of the #1 man on this project, right?
I will be your project manager. Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. And also we have our new business manager, Lorraine Sullivan. Lorraine, you want to say hi to everybody?
Hello, everybody. I'm just the business manager from LBL ESD and here for questions and learning about the bond.
So Lorraine comes to us from lots of experience in other areas, including Perrydale and Madras 509J over in Central Oregon. So we're very excited for both Andrew and Lorraine to be joining us. Since they're new, I thought we might go around the room and introduce ourselves really quick. So let's start on this side of the room.
My name is Jamie Olson and I'm the secretary.
Richard Olson, and I'm the vice chair.
Of course, you know me.
Tim France. I'm, I guess, just the online principal.
Yep.
It's all good.
That's it.
That's it.
Nothing.
Yes. Yeah.
Ian Elbers, head of maintenance.
Eating his snacks.
Yep.
Eating his snacks.
Yeah.
Dinner on the run.
Then we have Nathan Roberts, who's running our technology right now, and Shirley Coates, who's our executive secretary. So thanks everybody for coming. I think I sent you, boy, Andrew, we don't have your contact info.
Okay.
And Lorraine, I forgot to email this to you. Yeah, can you send that to Lorraine? Yeah. Yep. So from meeting with Andrew and talking with Scott, as well as Derek from CB Construction, as well as everything else been going on, I tried to be as objective as possible in terms of the update on the bond project. We were hoping that we would be actually throwing dirt by now, but it hasn't happened yet. So let's start with permitting. Land use permits have been issued, which is good, but our building permits have been delayed by Benton County Public Works. We still have a little bit of ADA work to do on the ramp and crosswalk at the preschool across the street, and that's holding up our building permits for the vocational project. So we're continuing to work with Benton County to complete that project ASAP. We have to be very careful how we proceed because of the ADA guidelines and requirements. It has to be permitted, but Benton County is saying that they're going to waive the permit fee And we'll get that done. Excavation, we do not need building permits to start with the excavation of the vocational center footprint. And we are slated, unless Andrew tells me differently, to start the week of July 11th. Does that sound about right, Andrew?
Well, I'm hoping to tell you different and to ask Keenan if he might be able to take a look at that area over there where the hallway is. I'm going to be down tomorrow morning early. I'm going to lay down some paint lines where the asphalt demolition goes. And Hughes Construction is they're working right now and trying to get some equipment and labor together to possibly be in there Friday morning this week.
That's good. We'll take it.
This Friday?
Get there
Yeah.
Tomorrow to put down paint, start digging out Friday.
Yeah, I'm going to come down early in the morning with string line and some orange paint and just kind of mark out some boundaries and paint a few notes on there for them so that, hopefully we get a little excavator in there. They're going to bring a vacuum truck down to do the potholing in and around that diesel tank.
Great.
Be ready for you.
Yeah, that's good news. So if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, but first part of the excavation is pavement removal between the existing shop and the building. We're also hoping that once the diesel tank is exposed, we don't have any leakage detection there, because that could become a DEQ issue real
Correct.
quick and a further delay. We also have to determine the location for the sand grease trap tank. That's still
Yes.
pending, correct?
Yeah, Scott's got he's got an area identified in his mind when I last talked to him, where to move that away from the diesel tank. And it's down there along the access road, just below the retaining wall. So he hasn't located it on the plan yet. What we really ought to do is let's get our permit documents approved, and then we can go back and amend them. If we go in now, it'll upset the apple cart and delay the process.
Yeah, we don't want any more delays. Budget, I think we mentioned this last time, but I just want to put it down again that the district budget committee recommended and the board of directors has approved over 400,000 and some change to transfer from district facilities fund to be allocated specifically for the bond projects. That's going to help with our overall budget. I've been assured that CB Construction is in the final phases of completing the guaranteed maximum price of GMP. Andrew, any further information on the GMP?
Derek's working on that. He's up at the mothership. I've been feeding him all of the subcontractor numbers that I've been able to cobble together today. And he was trying to get those together before the meeting tonight so that we could get them in there in front of you.
Okay, good. The generator, I know we had a long discussion about that we were looking at 3 smaller generators, and the engineers took a look at that and said, nope, that's not going to work. So we're going back to 1 single generator unit. Bond council, I'm in the process of trying to meet with our bond council to figure out how we're going to address the overpromised voter issue. I don't know where that's going to go. We've had a few hiccups in the scheduling, and we'll try and get with them as soon as possible. But I'm sure there'll be some things that we'll have to do both legally as well as just ethically with the community. We probably need to have a community event, and maybe we can even time it with, we want to do a groundbreaking ceremony at some point too, once things are kind of underway and are going. Because I think it's important that we realize this project is going to be the pride and joy of the community, and something the community should be very proud of. What's that?
Wednesday.
When
Council meeting is Wednesday.
my,
Council meeting.
oh, I guess it's scheduled. Thank you, Shirley. I guess the bond council meeting is scheduled for Wednesday. I didn't realize that. So good. Thank you. We have secured some contractors to date, such as in excavation, the hallway project, parts of the Voc CTE building, and of course, we have our general contractor, CB Construction. But we're still in process to find subcontractors for insulation, drywall, and mechanical, particularly HVAC. Does that sound accurate to you, Andrew?
Yeah. Yes, sir. There's
Okay.
some finishes as well, like a painter and those kinds of things. But those are activities that come at the tail end. They're not things that we need up front to get going and get the roof on the building. So
Okay,
we will
good,
continue to buy those out as we move forward with the rest of it.
good. Background checks, Shirley is actually working with the contractors to ensure that background checks are completed before a worker sets foot on district property. That is also set in state law.
And say, if I could, Shirley, can I get a copy of the form that we need to use? And I'm assuming I've done this in California. We always had a form.
I'll send it to you.
Okay, if you wouldn't mind, yeah, because we had to have that form to take into us, with us, that was district specific.
So Andrew, if you could make sure Shirley has your contact information, she'll just forward you what she's already sent Derek.
Okay,
Okay?
yep.
Timeline. I'm hearing a lot of frustration from CB Construction in terms of bids have been out for many months with little interest. It has been published throughout Oregon. The due dates have been extended to try and attract bids. And CB Construction is reporting me the following feedback from potential contractors. Contractors already have full plates, are booked, difficult to find crews in current economy. They're also saying Alsea is isolated. It's a small project in comparison to other projects they're working on. There's also supply delays they're concerned about. And they are reporting to CB that they're worried about the political environment with the prior superintendent. So I have been trying to make sure I'm going through and slapping backs and shaking hands and saying, hey, there's a new guy in town and we're going full bore and we're doing some great stuff and I'm a pretty nice guy to work with. And I know CB Construction's been saying that also, but I may have to go maybe even get on the road and talk to a few people that I've done business with in the past and say, hey, things are great. Alsea is a great place to be. Come and see. And
You know, Sean, another thing that might help if I could, just a somewhat generic letter, but from you, but we direct it to the builders exchanges that we've been reaching out to, from Eugene all the way up through Milwaukee, that, you know, basically introduces yourself as the new superintendent. There's a new sheriff in town. We're moving forward with this, and that might help a little bit. I can't see where it would hurt at all.
I think that's a great idea. Who do I address the letter to? Just to whom may concern, or?
I'll get you some contact information for each of the exchanges that we went to.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be more than happy to do that. That'd be
And they
great.
can share that with their constituents, and, maybe that'll help break the ice a little bit, if you would.
Yeah, absolutely. Be more than happy to. So I got to hand it to you guys on CB Construction. They continue to work out or reach out to potential bidders with negative responses. They can't get contractors to turn in bids. That's kind of a frustration I heard from you guys today. Is that correct, Andrew?
Oh, yeah. Well, and one of the guys that we've been chasing for 2.5 weeks now came in 5:30 and finally got a number in. So
Oh, good.
Derek just forwarded that to me. I haven't had a chance to open it up, look at it yet. So,
Oh, good. Good.
oh,
See, we'll get there.
It's forward. It's forward movement. It's good.
Yes, we want forward movement. Also, what you guys are telling me is most bids have increased cost clauses due to fuel and supply costs.
Yes.
Is that correct?
This has been something that's happening for the last couple of years with, the pandemic hitting and supply chain shutting down and all that. The costs continue to go up, and subcontract numbers are only guaranteed for so many days. It used to be anywhere from 60 to 90. We're now getting down to maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. In some cases, we've had a matter of maybe 3 to 5 days is the only time they can guarantee pricing. So everybody's putting a clause in. So, our advice is going to be on both sides for the district to please carry some set aside contingency monies on your part. We're going to try to do the same on our side where we know and see this coming in, especially people who are stipulating it, that we're going to put some money into the budget that will help offset that. It will not be used without your approval because, number one, it is public money.
Right, right.
There's a hand going up over there to your left.
Are there strong control measures to potentially keep people from gouging? Because I know in environments like this, people can go a little crazy with that turnaround. So is there good safety measures to protect our
We're-
bottom line?
We're doing everything we can to keep those numbers to a minimum. It's, a lot of it gets to what makes sense and a percentage, there's a percentage increase on any given scope of work. If it's tangible change on the plans, like we're going to change the big window behind everybody into 2 windows, it's easy to reach out and touch and you can put some quantity to it. When it's just a flat out across the board, 5%, 7%, 10%, 20%, then we always ask for backup and we need supplier invoices and that kind of detail so we can see where this is actually coming from. It's not something that's just coming blindly from a subcontractor on a single sheet of paper.
Okay.
Okay, so my final comments in the update is, I think we all understand the frustration that we're feeling because I know that I've had a lot of phone calls from people. They want to see dirt flying. I do too. Keenan and I were about ready to go out and take our shovels out there and start, flinging some dirt. I'm being facetious. But, I know it's frustrating, but I think you've heard a number of the challenges that our contractors are dealing with. And anywhere from permitting to finding subs to finding workers. But keep the faith. We're going to get this thing done and it's going to happen. I think we have to all be prepared for construction to continue throughout the school year. And we'll be, using fencing and things like that to keep the students separate from the construction zone because we don't want them stepping in the pothole and we don't want construction workers necessarily intermingling with the kids. And again, that's the
no.
reason for the background checks.
Nope, that does not happen.
Yep. Very good. Very good. So from that, is there any questions from anybody? Because that's basically all I have to report tonight.
Andy, when you're here tomorrow, we'll go over where all that dirt's gonna get done.
Okay, I'm gonna do everything I can to be down there by 7. Will that work for you?
I'll be here.
Okay,
Do we have?
that depends on me opening my eyes, but I'll set an alarm tonight.
Question?
I'm just in Salem, so it's, just a little over an hour drive, so.
Okay, good.
Do we have any
And
update
if
on
I
CPI?
could. Go
On
ahead,
what
sorry.
again?
CPI,
What is
the
CPI?
transformer power?
Oh. Any updates on CPI, the transformer?
Transformer, I'm not aware of any issues. I know that we have the conform drawings done. They've agreed to the system, the way it was laid out. We've got a change order request in from Kunert on the power supply bid package 1 that was to be presented tonight as part of the update so we can get their contract done. But I haven't heard anything about the transformer. Was it a lead time or delivery issue?
Yeah, it was delivery. It was Consumers Power.
Yeah.
Was gonna set a new
Yeah.
transformer, from my
Okay.
understanding.
Well, I want to say that when I called or when I asked Scott about his last discussion with CPI, because I've not had any myself, that they seemed to indicate they had all the components. Now, I feel better when I actually get to talk to somebody at CPI and I can ask that question direct. But I would say it's got to be no longer lead time than our generator. But that generator is a year out from review and approval. So,
Can you take that on, Andy, and have the answer for yourselves as well? And let
Oh,
us
yeah.
know?
oh, by all means.
And you mentioned the generator. How far out are we with the generator?
It's a year.
A year.
Yes. Now, we have the submittal information coming in from their supplier on the switchgear and the generator. We don't have the generator just yet. They need the submittal approved and returned before they can start making the thing, but it's a year out. before that arrives. And then it'll probably be at least 6 to 8 weeks after it arrives before we have it connected and proof tested and ready to cut things over.
Was
Make
there
actually
any
attach it and bring it online.
additional conversation, Mr. Gallagher? Another part of the discussion that we had was potentially sourcing GSA, previous government surplus property versus forking out the expense for the large one.
Or new one.
How much is this new one? run?
Yeah, what, do you know what the cost is on the new generator?
I don't have the individual,
I recall the power service upgrade came in at $750. Original budget was like 500, so it was
Right.
$250,000 over.
Right.
So
Right.
that was one of the things that was brought up about having, while it wouldn't be brand new shiny, potentially not have the warranty, you could find something
Mhm.
of same size, same service, same ability
Mhm,
for a
A fraction.
reduced cost
mhm.
going through a surplus. Has that idea been entertained?
I know, I thought about it for a while, and I know the meeting between me, myself, and I was, I get a little nervous about used equipment and the reliability,
Mhm.
especially when we're gonna be using it for emergency situation. But I hear you in terms of the cost. I mean, it's very tempting to go that direction. And that's kind of where my thoughts ended. I really wasn't able to reach a good conclusion with it.
Right, because we could plug in the generator and it worked great, and 2 hours later.
It's
it
down.
dies.
Well, that's any piece of equipment.
Yeah,
these
Any-
you
days.
have
yeah,
it with
it
a
can-
brand new one.
Yeah,
So, yeah, we have a warranty.
It's still down.
it's still down.
Oh,
I mean,
It could be 10 months until you get parts for it.
Yeah,
right.
I guess that's-
yeah.
I will give Mike Cooner a call and ask him what the details are right now, whether it's new or used. If you get a used one, it's like buying a used car and you go take it to CarMax. You can run it through their service department and they'll make sure that the engine compression is all within specs and that the outputs are at the right levels and all that. And they can give you somewhat of a limited guarantee or warranty on it before we would take delivery and install it. So there are options there that might help put your minds at ease a bit.
Okay, well, I'd say look, it's worth exploring, Andrew, because I don't know which direction to go, and I guess we rely upon your guys' input and thoughts too.
Right. No, for me, the newer the better. I like new equipment. It has a longer lifespan, but it also has a higher price tag.
Yes, it does.
So we kind of have to weigh those out and what's going to be the ultimate goal is what's best for the district. So
Is there a limit on how old we can go? Or do they take DEF? I mean, do you have to have DEF on the bigger generators?
I don't know. That's a good,
And is there some kind of
The capacity of it would probably-
anything over,
it would be in
yeah.
emissions, for sure.
anything over like 75 horse has to have
Yep.
DEF. But if it's a certain age or older, you don't have to.
right,
It's
right.
2009.
So, well, that was on pickups and trucks and stuff. I don't know
Right.
what it was on equipment.
I wish I would have
Somewhere around
never,
there.
So it'd be interesting
yeah,
to look at that as well.
it's a good question. I wish I would have kept my truck that was non-deaf years ago. That was one trade I regret.
Get a tuner, you don't have to use it.
Hmm?
Get a tuner, you don't have to use it.
Move to talk. I don't like deaf fluid. Okay,
Sorry.
no, it's okay, it's okay. Anything else for the good of the order we need to discuss? Any questions? I mean, that's what this committee is for feedback and thoughts, things that haven't really been considered fully or not at all, or?
There's no additional report from CB Construction? in
No.
addition to- Okay.
Andrew is our CB construction rep tonight. Unless, Andrew, there's something else you want to throw our
well, I
direction.
was just going to ask for a little bit of Shirley's time there so I could get my email address into her. But other than that, we need to get those budget updates into your hands, Sean, as we spoke about. And, Derek had forwarded me this update from the drywall contractor that came in 5:30. So I
Okay.
know he's up in the office still working on that stuff. So-
Okay, good, good.
so
Yeah, I
I'll-
look forward to
I'll
seeing
pester-
those.
I'll pester him to make sure he gets that stuff into you.
Okay. And one of the tasks that I've given Lorraine is to go shake the money tree and find more money for us. You said no problem, right, Lorraine?
Sure, I'll look.
I'm
Let-
teasing you.
Let me know if I
Okay.
can help, Lorraine. I'm all about pitching in on helping get supplemental funding in if we can find it.
Well, good. We just might put you to work on that.
I
Well, we need,
do barbecues very well, so.
yeah, we'll use whatever we can get. Okay, thanks, everybody. Have a nice night. And Andrew, stick around so you can talk to Shirley and
Yep.
get that taken care of.
I have
Thanks,
a question
everybody.
about The next meeting,
Next meeting.
Okay, I'm ready.
board meeting, no, not the next one. It's gonna